Greetings, Dieselfunketeers. All is well. COMICON Day 2 was awesome. I spent a little time yesterday getting myself ready, and of course had the struggles with training and all sold out, and eventually made it on a bus. I got to meet Doug Chang, which was awesome. Doug Chang's the designer from Star Wars, and it was great to see him.
Simple is best, but simple is really hard. In hindsight, when you look at it, the design might be so obvious, like, oh yeah, of course, that's the solution. But trying to get there is incredibly hard. And if you look at Star Wars, I remember growing up, it was like, oh wow, those are such simple shapes, but they're so timeless and they're so recognizable. And so it always comes down to defining something in its pure essence. And I look at it like designing a logo or graphic. So whether it's a spaceship, a character, a creature, or even a set, I always try to define it, with simple strokes. And I do that with 3x3 Post-its, because that forces you to just think in forms. Forget about detail, but it's overall shape. And what's great about that process for me is that it informs and sort of validates what I'm creating, because if that works at that level and I can redraw it very quickly, I know it's going to be good, and I know I can bring all the bling to it later on.
Hopefully I'll be able to see him again. And from there, I made my way around a little bit, ended up connecting with Calvin Reed and the Publishers Weekly for which it went great. Oh my God, it just asked to record. Oh my God, we're being recorded.
So, okay,
right.
And we're doing it with video.
Yeah. Hey, man. So let me do one thing here.
Sure.
And if this goes crazy, forgive me.
All right.
Okay. I think I want to see if I can flip the camera. Oh my God. Do you see that? Can you see that?
I see it. Hey, put yourself back on again.
Yes, I will. I can actually do that without screwing up anything. Oh my God.
I just took a picture of you and me on
Oh, right. What was very interesting about that is that it actually took place on the floor of the COMICON, but it took place over Zoom.
3, 2, 1. Okay, welcome to More to Come, PW's weekly podcast on comics and graphic novel publishing. I'm Calvin Reed, a contributing editor now. I'm sitting on the Lower East Side in my apartment in New York City, but I'm talking with the great Tim Fielder. Tim, how you doing, man?
I'm doing okay. I'm having an out-of-body experience because you're in New York and I'm here and we're communicating on video.
Yes, we are.
In the San Diego Comic-Con 2025. And there's Tron Aries
live from San Diego Comic-Con, the San Diego Convention Center.
Incredible.
I'm sorry.
He don't do San Diego anymore. I think he's had his fill of that. But I'm his, I'm his herald. Like he's Galactus and I'm his herald. So we did the entire thing through Zoom on video. And we showed a lot of stuff in Florida, showed a lot of people who were there vending, a lot of Marvel obviously were there. Galactus kept stalking us. And additionally, we had this kind of crazy exchange with Gary Grau for Fantagraphics.
Calvin.
Yeah, how you doing, Gary?
Yes.
Why aren't you here?
Well, I retired.
Okay, let me turn the volume up. Hold on. Go ahead, Calvin, speak up.
Well, I retired.
Okay,
so
I don't know if you can hear.
I'm waiting to see if somebody will pay for me to come back to Comic-Con.
All right, yes. So
greeting from the Lower East Side.
Yes.
For Publishers Weekly. It's the first Zoom thing here. And I saw you in the booth, and he said, come over and talk to you. So wave hello.
We're doing this will be on More to Come.
All right. We can't hear you, but don't worry. We're gonna worry. We're gonna let me pop this back in here. Hold on one second now. Can you hear me, Calvin?
Yes.
Okay. So he said he would just as soon
see you. There's a lot of hear you.
See you, then hear you.
Well, I guess I feel the same way about you, Gary. Yeah.
He said he feels the same way about you. Good, good, good.
To see you.
Which is very cool because they've known each other forever. So, we're still working at the technical parts of it, but it really worked. And after that, I had a great time. Ran into my old teacher, Paul Karasik. We're both bald now. SBA Paul and Mark Newgarden. Well, Paul has his new book out, the New York Trilogy, which I got, and of course didn't bring the book with me to get signed. And Paul won an Ink Pot Award, which was very, very cool. Very, very happy for him. I can't think of a more deserving advocate for the comics field and industry. The work that he and Mark Newgarden, just for that brief time I was at SVA, it really changed the way, altered and confirmed the way I engage in storytelling. So that is what that is. So, I'm the demon child of their students. So, so it's appropriate. After that, walked around a little bit more, and then eventually made my way to the hip hop panel. Which, of course, with that, there's so much stuff going on. You need to show up, so you get there. And Patrick Reed puts on a pretty blasting, it was a packed crowd, and I had the honor sitting next to Sanford Green of Doom and Bitter Root fame, and a bunch of other folks on there, and it was great. It was great. It was packed to capacity.
One, 2, 3.
I was happy with that. I was even able to draw one of the attendees. Of course, I couldn't, because she left as soon after. There were so many people and stuff, but it was a lot of fun, and I was grateful for the Graphic History Company to be included in that, to actually be included as part of the lexicon of what hip hop is. And there were some very important, poignant words that were made, statements that were made, and so grateful to be there. And also some really perhaps important connection. That's what COMICON is about. Another thing I would say that happened, I ended up connecting with one of my colleagues, Jay Gonzo. Still confused what the J means, but Gonzo is what most people call him. And we had a conversation about what he calls entanglement. I guess a kind of comic or sequential entanglement, where the new world that's developing with live social selling apps like whatnot. I think YouTube has that. And to live streaming, which you have is the ability to communicate directly with your audience, which is very, very cool. And Rob Liefeld apparently made $500,000 selling, and what it is, that's direct to consumer, no middleman, no agents, no retailers, no distributors, other until after the sale. And I think that is the way. I think right now, the way we're seeing is that, a lot of people are going to go through a lot of pain. A lot of companies that are invested in the old system are going to have to re-envision how they exist or not exist, but what it's going to be is artists or creators. Artists and creators are going to create work and go directly to consumer while building relationships. Because what people want to buy, so what Gonzo was positing, was that people want to buy you. They want the experience of dealing with you. The book is just or the t-shirt or the mug or whatever, that's just an ancillary product of them buying into you. My contribution or feeling on that is that, but you can't do that with a once a week thing unless you have a name already. If you are an artist or creator like myself, I ain't no big player in the comic book industry. I'm an okay player in the Afrofuturist industry, but in comics, no. But in order to build that market, it's almost about, I keep hearing the phrase, at bats. And I realized that if I want to do this, certainly I have to have as many at bats as necessary. And I think that's important. And, again, I always say, talking a lot. I come from a family of talkers, and my parents were talkers, particularly my dad. and it got me in trouble over years. But apparently, it seems like a useful skill set. It's also ran into Jason Johnson again and met his brother, but couldn't stay around so long because, you know, when you're almost 59, the bladder problems start coming at you fast and heavy. So I had to break off, and we didn't get a chance to reconnect, but I hope I will a little bit later. Yeah, so there we go. I hope that Sunday goes well with the George Lucas panel, Queen Latifah, Doug Ching, and one or two other folks on the panel discussing the George Lucas Museum in Hall H. So I'll be there and have to quickly hustle over to where they're holding the Dwayne McDuffie Awards, which Graphic History Company's up for. Again, you know, if I don't get a chance to see it, grateful to be nominated. It means a lot because Walt and I really put our time into it, so it means a lot. Other than that, we'll probably do a floor tour and hang out with one of my buddies, Luana. We'll go get a burrito, and my time at San Diego will be done. But I'll try to do another post for that. These things are a little bit different than the live thing. I prefer the live thing because when you're doing it live, you're just doing your work and you can have the same kind of conversation. It's just that you're doing it, you get and you have to edit all the footage in. I don't know. Maybe there's something to this thing. We'll see. Anyway, you guys have a good one.